What's up, Fox? Down Fox here, and a little bit ago, Gears of War announced a partnership with Steam-Forged Games to make the Gears of War card game, which I am so stoked for. I love Gears of War as a franchise. I love card games. Therefore, put the two together, and I think we have something really special. And I just wanted to theorize a little bit as to what I want to see and what I hope actually happens, because if y'all remember the original Gears of War board game, it never really caught on. I have a copy, actually, so that means I have about $500, because apparently they're like super rare. I played it once, and I actually want to go back and retry it now that I'm a little bit more versed in board games than I was when I was 10 years old when I got that board game. But with that said, it kind of just had a niche market where I think that this Gears of War card game might do a little bit better. But with that said, at the same time, the Gears of War community is kind of dying. Gears 5 hasn't been updated in about a year, and people kind of just show up for the big announcements at this point. I think that everybody's waiting for a Marcus Phoenix collection or a Gears of War 6. I don't know how the board game is going to do, or the card game, excuse me, is going to do outside of the niche, and will it introduce other people to this sort of genre slash universe? Is it going to be something like Warhammer? I would love to see Gears of War continue to expand. We see the Netflix show coming out and the movie coming out as well. So I'm hoping that this sort of breathes life into the community. I don't know if a card game is the good medium to do that, just because card games in and of themselves, especially ones after licensed things, are very niche. And I don't know how many board game players are going to pick up a card game unless it has a lot of nuance to it or something new that we've never seen before. So the description on Board Game Geek says, Gears of War, the card game, offers an immersive way to enjoy Gears of War in a brand new format. In this story-driven campaign-style game, the decisions you make in each narrative scenario have serious consequences on the battlefield and those that follow. Strike at the right moment, making your cards work together, fight together, and stand together if necessary, die together. Choose how to develop your force as you play through unique narrative scenarios, each with their own objective and terrain layout. Each win or loss will affect the contents of your deck in the next scenario, allowing success or failure to impact your experience of the game. So this, to me, first of all, you can choose, it's an askew sort of game, so you can either choose Rom or Marcus, which is pretty dang cool. I'm really excited for it, but this does sound a lot like the original board game in that it's a team co-op based sort of thing. I think that one of the problems of having the Gears of War board game come out so long ago is that we've really pioneered a lot of things since then. So this card game is, first of all, it's completely cards, unlike the board game. So I'm excited to see what that has to entail. When I think of card games, I think of Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone. I actually made some mock-ups today because I did not read this description. I was in class when I was making these. And I thought of it as sort of like a Magic the Gathering slash like Hearthstone sort of game. But no, it's going to be a team game. So more like Pandemic Legacy, I assume. Interesting. It's not a game that I have ever played before. I want to play Pandemic Legacy. I haven't played a whole lot of team-based card games, but I think that with the set amount of scenarios and things like that, you're going to be getting a decent value out of this board game. And I don't know how accurate Board Game Geek is, because as far as I know, this thing hasn't been released or sent out at all. So who knows? The actual website itself says absolutely nothing about the card game, Steam-Forged Games, or Gears of War. They have not said anything. This is sort of what I expect to happen. I think that he would probably do more than 10 damage, and Marcus would have less, somewhere around this range. And General Rom would be like, boom. Like, you would play this kind of like Magic in a way. Except obviously turn-based would be like, you have to take this much damage, or you have to deal this much damage, Rom does this much damage, and you can use the scenario around you to work things. And that's sort of what I imagine occurring. Now, would I like to see what I have here, where you have sort of a Hearthstone-esque sort of battle? Hey, Anthony Carmine, how you doing? Yes, I would. I think that this could be fantastic if we took 2 seconds to just pretend like there were drones on this team over here. There isn't going to be a game board, unfortunately, but I think they would probably have you imagine this scenario and say, hey, you know, you could put Marcus here, and like Baird can fit here. There's drones over here. there's drones chilling over here behind this pile of cover, and then Dom and Cole would be like somewhere around here. The custom Lancer I don't think is going to be something in the actual game, so we'll just hide that for now. Same with the Rom's knife. And then, there's a sniper up here. And then Rom is going to probably be hunkered down somewhere behind the rest of these characters. And it's up to you to be like, all right, I'm going to use an action point to move Marcus up here. But he's unusable for the next turn. I assume it's somewhat like Gears Tactics, just in a card game mode. So you'd have Dom there, or Baird there, and then you can move Dom and Cole up a little bit further back as support. Perhaps you could even pick up a weapon on the ground. Like Dom could pick up a weapon over there and then actually snipe and take out one of these people. And that's kind of how I imagine this is actually going to go, but I think my idea is a little bit fresher than this experience, because this reminds me a lot of the Gears of War board game. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, like, subscribe, do what you usually do, and as always, buy yourself something nice.